What happens when you want to sail? You've waited for retirement, you've dreamed of being out on the water, and your other half, your partner, your spouse, well, they're not as excited. Maybe they're lukewarm. Maybe they'd rather stay on land. It's a real scenario out there for couples stepping into retirement and planning for adventure. If you're the person who's ready to hoist the sails, but you're getting a not so much from your partner, this one's for you. It's not just the husband either who wants to go and the wife who might not. I meet so many couples where it's the wife who wants to go sailing and the husband who isn't so sure about it. Picture it, you're retired or almost retired. You've long daydreamed about heading out on your sailboat, exploring the Bahamas and the Caribbean, the salty breeze, the dolphins, and the sundowners at anchorages at sunset. Meanwhile, your partner says, "Let me stick closer to home." Maybe the idea of sailing feels risky or too much change, or maybe they don't share your level of passion for the idea. And now you're faced with this tension. You want to do this dream, and you love your spouse, but you don't want to go it alone, unless that's part of the plan. What do? Let's lean into what the research says about couples and retirement transition, decision making, and how misalignment of desires can cause friction. Studies show that for couples' retirement decisions, they tend to be coordinated. When one spouse retires, the other often follows, and they make decisions jointly. One key factor, couples who communicate about their shared vision and expectations tend to fare better through retirement transitions. There's a specific article from the American Association of Retired Persons, AARP, which points out that when one partner shifts to retirement or hobby mode or starts chasing a dream and the other one doesn't, it builds resentment a lot of the time. Misaligned alone time versus together time. Also, leisure together matters. Couples derive satisfaction when they share leisure goals. If one partner has a big leisure goal, say sailing, and the other one doesn't, it will actually reduce the satisfaction of that goal for everybody involved. Many couples face misalignment in desires for how to spend retirement, of course, including adventure versus stability. The good news is there are a few ways to try and bridge it. First, have an open and safe conversation to discuss your vision. Sit down together, ideally without distractions, and invite each other to share. What does ideal retirement look like to you? Let your partner tell you freely what it looks like for them. Use gentleness and curiosity. According to UC Berkeley Retirement Center, talking about shared vision and being honest about your fears is a key part of this. Ask, what parts of my sailing dream do appeal to you? And then what doesn't? What would you prefer to do instead? The goal is to understand why your partner's hesitant. Is it fear of seasickness, concern about the cost, worried about leaving your family behind, maybe feeling uncomfortable with boat life? Highlight that your dream matters to you, but their concerns matter too. Mutual respect builds trust. And of course, watch sailing videos on YouTube and talk about what appeals to you so much about this sailing life, but have your partner share with you too. What about this looks fun to them? What about it is scary, or what parts of it do they not like? Find out the why from them and the why for you. On your side, be clear about why you want to sail in the first place. Is it freedom? Is it nature? New challenges? Bonding time? Visiting new places? For your partner, ask them what their dream retirement looks like. What worries them about sailing? Maybe the worry is I'll be left behind, or I won't know how to sail. Or what about land-based hobbies like friends and family? AARP points out when partners' activity levels differ, one wants adventure and one wants familiar, without communication, it builds resentment. Once you both know each other's why, you can look for overlap. Maybe for them the key is they want more outdoor time together, not specifically sailing. You might find a compromise. Pilot test and experiment different things. Instead of committing to big sailing plans right away, propose a trial sailing season or a few short voyages with minimal fuss. You could charter a boat. You could also charter a catamaran if they don't like the heeling of sailing. That way your partner can test it without feeling locked in too. If you already have a boat, practice throwing a dinner party on your existing boat. That way you can both get comfortable with actually living on the boat, cooking on the boat, and entertaining guests. On land versus sea, maybe alternating weeks, one week sailing together, the other week a land-based activity that they love. That gives structure and reduces pressure. According to the AARP, one of the key things to couple harmony in retirement is balancing together time versus alone time or independent interests. So keep the sailing dream, but allow your partner to keep their own dream too. For instance, you might spend a season sailing. They might want to join you occasionally, but also enjoy their own land-based activity, family visits, hobbies, and friends. It's also becoming increasingly common for the sailor in the family to sail the boat south or from island to island, and then the spouse to join them via airplane later. Often, friends or family members will fly in to help move the boat and share the actual voyaging adventure, and then they'll fly out, allowing the couple to enjoy the anchorage or the moored part of the adventure. Define roles and responsibilities together too. In sailing, there are logistics, maintenance costs, and safety. Some partners may feel uncomfortable if they think they're going to get stuck doing the chores that nobody wants to do. In your conversation, clarify what part will each person be comfortable with. Maybe you'll handle the sailing, but they'll handle logistics and guest arrangements and land-based entertainment. Research indicates that when role redefinition happens and one partner feels less decision-making power, couple satisfaction drops. So make clear decisions. Together, try to figure them out. Get in financial alignment too. Sailing can cost money. Boat purchase, maintenance, marina, fuel, insurance. Ensure that you both feel comfortable with the financial implications. So pull out the spreadsheet. What's the cost of your sailing plan? What other retirement dreams does your partner have? How do they compare? Can you weave both things together? When both parties feel heard and aligned on financial risk, the sailing plan becomes a partnership and a goal you have together. Highlight the benefits to your partner too. Sometimes a partner who's reluctant doesn't see the full upside of this sailing thing. You can help by painting the benefits. Fresh air, travel, new friends in a cruising community, escaping routine, nature, sunsets, disconnecting from electronics, exploring new cultures, and traveling by the wind. But also acknowledge their concerns. Validating concerns builds trust. I know you're worried about being far from land. Let's see if we can plan a sailing route that has us almost never out of sight of land, never sailing at night, and always in a comfortable anchorage by dinner time. Make sure that you agree on weather conditions. We won't go out in over 20 knots, or if it's over 15, we'll put a reef in. Frame sailing as one way to live retirement, not the only way to live retirement, and your partner has a voice too. And create a commitment clause too with an exit strategy. Agree together what the sailing plan is for the next year or so, for example, and also agree what happens if you no longer want to continue. This gives your partner the comfort of they can change their mind later, and if they do, you'll reevaluate together. It makes the plan less threatening. Many couples resist big decisions because they feel locked in. Giving an exit or a revision clause reduces that stress. Celebrate the journey together too. Create rituals around your sailing adventures. Have photo nights after each trip. Dinner out with a sailing theme. Invite friends and family to come join you. Celebrate your partner's involvement too. Even if they didn't skipper the boat, being part of the adventure is as important. That builds positive association and builds memories together. You could also do the Great Loop first. If you have a boat already, or you can afford to buy something and sell it after, the Great Loop is an awesome, safe way to spend a year getting used to operating a boat full-time and living on a boat before you actually head off into the ocean and start going through the Caribbean. If you're the one itching to get out there on the water, here are some takeaways for you. Don't assume your partner will automatically share your passion. They may need conversation and empathy and experimentation. Use the steps we talked about to try to bridge the gap. You want to talk openly with each other, experiment with smaller sailing trips, respect individual interests, align finances, and start small. Do the Great Loop first is always a great idea. In context of sailing, pick a boat and a voyage plan that you can both feel comfortable with. Make shorter trips, buy a smaller boat, only go out in certain weather. Keep the why front and center. Your why might be freedom and wind and water, and theirs are relaxation and family and stability. When you align these goals, sailing becomes a joint adventure rather than a lone mission. And remember, retirement is a huge transition. According to the AARP article, even when couples are aligned on finances and lifestyle generally, one big mismatch, like one of you wanted to go sailing, can cause friction if you guys don't address it. So treat this just as much about your relationship as your sailing dream, because indeed, you are in this together. If this resonates with you and you're the one partner who wants to go sailing, love to hear from you in the comments below. What's your dream? What's your partner's dream? What are the stumbling blocks you guys are hitting? Also, if you're a couple who solved this problem and sail together happily, share your story below. You're helping other people if you do. And speaking of helping, the mission here at Lady K Sailing has always been to get more people sailing more easily, and I sure couldn't do that without the patrons, people who give as little as a couple of bucks an episode to make these videos possible. If you'd like to help get more people sailing more easily, please consider becoming a patron and support the channel. Paid patrons get access to the app where we have a group chat, live one-on-one messaging with me, and consultations if they're in the boat buying or learning process. I hope to see you guys there. Until next time, friends, keep the heavy side down, but not too far down. I love you guys.